Good morning, everyone. Well, I know you've been waiting at the edge of your seat for your student schedule, and here it is. I spent this time really focusing on making these personalized, so I hope this all makes sense. I made this video in order to explain the schedule and hopefully answer any lingering questions after you read through this. So this is my new student, Spock, because as you can see, I am a Star Trek fan besides Star Wars. So here's Spock's schedule. Looking at the top, you can see that it has my Zoom link. Every meeting that your student has with me on Zoom will always be the same link, and it is right up here. So you can always refer back to this on your student's personal schedule. All right, let's look down here to these starred lines that I've created. The first line says all white boxes are Zoom meetings. So as you look at this schedule, you'll notice that there are white boxes. Those are all Zoom scheduled meetings, okay? So those are very important. That is live interaction for your student with myself and any other teacher. The next thing is the colored boxes are independent work time opportunities. Check Seesaw and your learning log for assignments. Families can complete work depending on their schedules. This is the part that allows flexibility for you and your schedule at home. If you notice all these colored boxes here and going down, most of them are blank. That is times for your student to do their independent work. You check Seesaw and there's assignments on Seesaw. That's when you can do it. On your learning log where it says read for 15 minutes, these are chances to do it. Also in your learning log, there's handwriting activities. There are other paper activities to do, and you get directions from Seesaw. You can do that during these blank times. I know some of you also, though, work in the evenings. So go ahead and continue if that works for you, but I wanted to create these opportunities for you to do independent work with your student and then come up with your own time that works for when your student can complete that work. Make sure, the last thing is, please don't forget to take breaks for snack and movement. I left these in after our Zoom meeting. It says break snack because there are some students that have a reading group with me, like Spock right here, at 9:30. So make sure after the whole group Zoom, your student does get a break, gets up and moves around, eats a little something, has a drink, goes potty, does what they need to do before they need to get to work. I also left in a brain break down here at 1:30 at the end of the day, just as a reminder. Move, maybe put on a dance video, maybe do some dancing of your own to some music. If the weather's nice, get outside and run around. Okay, let's look a little more closely at the schedule. So at 8:30 is our whole group Zoom, our morning meeting that we've already been having. We'll continue to do that. It's been going to about 9:10, 9:15, so I put 8:30 to 9:10 for now. Now for Spock, this is where things become individual depending on the student. Spock has a reading group with me from 9:30 to 10 on Tuesday and on Thursday. Spock also reads with Miss Pelifig 5 days a week from 10:30 to 11. If your student works with another teacher, I have included their Zoom link and the information to log into their Zoom to meet them. Once again, always just refer to this schedule. You don't need to go anywhere else anymore to be able to get to your planned Zoom meetings. All right, let's see what else Spock has. So on Mondays and Tuesdays, Spock and everyone else in class has music with Mr. Hachimonji at 11:30. The reason why it says music math is because we will split the class in half. Half of the class will do music with Mr. Hachimonji. The other half of the class will be doing math with me. So I can go back and focus on the math concepts I am teaching. And then the next day, we will switch. Whoever had music on Monday will now have math with me. And the way we do that, by the way, is we're not trying to teach with everybody on there and have them focus. We do a breakout room. So we move the kids into a virtual room with us so we can focus and do our teaching. But it will be on the same Zoom link. So please, for music time at 11:30, notice it's 11:30 on Mondays and Tuesdays, use my Zoom link to get to this class, okay? Moving on. I will be doing my math groups between 11 and 12. Spock, he has a math group with me at 11:20. From 11:20 to 11:40, and Spock is in the Cube group. So he will meet with me 2 days a week. Everybody will meet with me 2 days a week in a small math group from 11:20 to 11:40. So here we go. The last thing on the schedule that is important, hopefully, and will be helpful to you, is that I will be offering office hours from 1 to 1:30 every day. So this is a chance that I will be on Zoom, and if you need to, you can Zoom on in and ask me any questions. Maybe your student doesn't understand the assignment they're doing. Maybe you're having issues using Seesaw or accessing books on Epic. This is a chance that we could troubleshoot together, work through any frustrations, or just do a quick check-in if your student needs to see me and just have a chat quickly. All right, so that's from 1 to 1:30, Monday through Friday. I did not make that a white box because this is optional. And at the very bottom, please don't forget, every Monday from 12:30 to 1:30, and then 3:30 to 5:30 is our folder drop-off and pickup. Every Monday, these will be the times that we are doing drop-off and pickup, okay? So I hope that this has helped you out and explained the schedule the best that I can. If you have any further questions, you know how to get a hold of me, dojo, email, and I can hopefully clear anything else up. I hope this schedule really helps you to be able to be successful with your student during distance learning. Thank you very much, and I hope you had a great weekend.